Hey friends, so today we're going to talk about how to make this woven bowl. So this is something that you can do if you finish your project and our friends are still working on their project. Everything that you need to make this bowl will be located in the same place in the room. You'll need a pencil, you'll need paper plates. I have paper plates, a variety of color paper plates, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. You will need a template. It says template on the back, so you'll know you have the right template. You will need a pair of scissors that should be back there, and you'll need some yarn, and all the yarn will be back there. So the first thing that you're going to do is choose your color of paper plate. So I'm going to choose this red one to get started with, and then you're going to choose your template. So when you put your template down, you want to make sure that you can see the word that says template. You lay it on the back of your paper plate, and then you're just going to take your pencil and you're going to trace where all of those triangles are cut out. Okay, so trace all the way around where the triangles are cut out. Let's see if you can see what I'm doing, right? So I've got two of them traced there. So I'm gonna go ahead and trace the rest of them. Let's see if I can match that up so I get it going the right way. So trace all of those with your pencil. And when you're done tracing them with your pencil, you need to write your name and your class code on the bottom of the paper plate. Okay, so I'm gonna get this traced. Then put the template back so that someone else can use it. Okay, so you're done with the template for now. Go ahead and write your name and your class code on it. Okay, then you're going to take your scissors and you are going to cut each of those triangles out. Okay, so there's 1, 2. If it doesn't come all the way out, you can just recut it. Looks like that didn't want to come out. There we go. So you're going to cut this, cut all of these out. Try to cut them pretty carefully. You're not really going to see too much of this part, but you still want your bowl to be pretty evenly, the parts, these things, to be pretty evenly spaced. So make sure you cut it carefully. Okay. And these can be recycled, so you can throw these scraps in the recycle garbage can. And one more. Okay. Now, when you're finished with this part, put all of that aside. Make sure your name is on it. Okay, got my name on it. And then you're going to fold these up. So you're going to fold them right at the bottom where the end of the cut is, and fold it down and press it pretty hard so that it stands up. So fold all of them. You're going to see that it's already sort of starting to take shape as a bowl. Okay. All right, so now I've got my bowl. Super important. My name is at the bottom. And now you're going to choose your colors. So you can think about what colors you want to use. You can just use your favorite colors. You can do it all one color if you want. You can do some stripes on it. You can do analogous colors. Remember, those are ones that are beside each other on the color wheel. You could do all warm colors. You could do all cool colors. You could do the colors of your favorite sports team, whatever you want. Okay, then you're going to go over or back where the supplies are, and you're going to get some yarn. So when you pull your yarn out, you want to get, so I've got my 2 fingers right here. So I'm going to change the camera so this is going the right way. Going the right way. So you got your 2 fingers here, spread them all the way apart as long as your arms will go, and do 2 arm lengths of yarn. That should be about right. And then take the tape, get yourself a little piece of tape. Now if you're good at tying knots, you can just tie a knot with your yarn. If you're not feeling confident about knot tying, take a little piece of tape, and right where the bend is, that fold that you made, just tape your yarn down, okay? And now what you're going to do is you are going to start weaving your bowl. So you're going to go behind, and then you're going to go in front, and then you're going to go behind, and then in front. It's just like weaving, behind and in front, or you could say over, under, over, under, just like we do when we're weaving. Okay, so I've got one row done. So I'm going to keep continue with that same pattern. If you forget where you are, look where your last one was. The last one was on the inside, so now I know I'm going to go on the outside. Then inside my bowl, outside my bowl, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside. Now I'm going to put this down because when you weave, you want to make sure that you keep these standing up, or your bowl is going to be more like a plate. So you want outside, inside, outside, inside, and you can just spin your bowl with the hand that's not weaving. Outside, inside, outside, inside. It's really starting to take shape. Outside, inside, and eventually you are going to run out of yarn before you run out of bowl to weave. So then you need to start thinking about what your next color is going to be. And I think my next color is going to be yellow. I've got a yellow over here that I think would look pretty nice. So it looks like right now I'm doing sort of a warm color slash analogous color scheme. Okay, so you get to this point where you have the end of your yarn. Now what you can do is you can look at what you've done so far and say, okay, I cut the 2 arm lengths. When I did 2 arm lengths, I got about 4 rows. If you want your next row of colors to be a little bit wider, then you would take a little bit more yarn. If you want it to be smaller, like let's say just 2 rows, then you would take a little bit less yarn. I think I want my rows to be about the same, so I'm going to go ahead and take about the same amount. 2 stretched out arm lengths should do it. And then cut it, and then come on back and take your 2 ends, match them up, okay, and then make a loop just like that. Now this tail is going to go under and through. Okay, so watch again. I'm going to make a loop. Okay, this part is on top. Then it's going to go under, through the loop, and pull, and then you'll have your 2 pieces knotted together. And then you're ready to go again. Okay, so I'm going to go behind, in front, or I could go behind, in front, and then you'll have this little tail here. We'll talk about what to do with that when we're all finished. Okay, so once you sort of get going here, you need to be careful you don't pull too tight, because you can see right here that I pulled a little bit too tight, and so my yarn's way up high. So before that gets to be a real problem, I'm going to push it down, okay, and then I can keep going. So behind, in front, behind, in front, and you're going to keep doing this. Now as your yarn gets a little bit higher on your bowl, you need to make sure that you keep pushing it down with the hand that's doing the spinning and the turning. So keep pushing it down so you don't see any paper plate showing through as you're weaving. Okay, all right, so you just keep doing that, keep changing your colors until you are at the top. Okay, so let me show you what to do now. So I'm going to put this one aside, and I have this one where I'm pretty much at the top. So I ended with white, and I'm pretty much at the top. So I'm going to just do, I'm not quite at the top. You can see there's still a little more paper plate. So I know I'm going to need a little bit more yarn, so I'm going to do one more. I'm going to tie it. Remember, make a loop like that, put it through and tie it. Okay, and I'm going to finish this up behind, in front, behind, in front. And the reason I'm showing this to you is that you see where this tail is? You want to end. There's my tail. You're going to want to end your last go round by that tail, because then it's going to be super easy to tie it off. Okay, so if you're close to the end, you might want to just do one more color so you can end it right where you began the last one, right? So I'm going to cut this off now, and then I am going to tie it off. And what you'll do is just take two pieces and just tie it like a knot. So tie it and then tie it again. If you have difficulty with this part, ask somebody close to you to help you, or you can come see me and I'll help you with that part. Okay? All right, so then we have these little bits hanging out where we joined the two colors. Okay, so there's two options that you have for this. One, you can take your pencil and you can tuck it underneath. You maybe just even use your fingers. You can tuck it under. Okay, just like that. You can do that and tuck it under. Or you can leave it out as part of the decoration and even add a couple more. So if you want to do that choice, cut yourself some yarn, and you can use different colors too. If you want to use some other colors that you didn't even use, you can do that. And then take your piece that you cut and pull out one strand. Don't pull out more than one. Pull out one strand and then tie it on. Okay, and then you can either leave it long or you can cut it off. And let's see, I think I'm going to trim these ones a little bit just because they're on the inside. I'll trim those, and maybe I'll add a little green. So I'll find one strand. Don't do more than one or you'll start to see the paper plate. So do one strand, okay, and just tie a knot. Tie a double knot so it doesn't come out. And you can either leave it long or you can trim it off. And you can do that all over the outside of your bowl to give it some interesting texture. I really like how that looks. I think that looks really cool. So I'm going to put a couple more on. So you can do it down at the bottom, do it up at the top. Just remember to only take one strand of yarn. Don't take more than that or you'll start seeing your paper plate coming through. We don't really want to see that. Okay, so let's do this last one. Oh, sorry about that. Tie it, and either leave it long if you like it long, or trim it. Okay, and then up at the top, the edges of the bowl might be sticking up a little bit. You can just fold those down if you want, and then you can see the color of your bowl. Just fold them down a little bit. And you are done. You have a nifty bowl to put whatever it is you need to put in a bowl. All right, friends, I hope you enjoyed this independent project, and I can't wait to see the color combinations that you use when you make your bowl and how your bowls turn out. All right, bye-bye.